Greetings and salutations. This is Elite for Shiro coming at you with another Pokemon video. So today I'm going to discuss two of my matches that I had this season. Shout out to both Preston and Matt. These are the two matches that I had, and Matt's playing extremely well this season, and Preston, I feel like he's not too accustomed to the Pokemon on this team, but he's playing Piloswine phenomenally in my opinion, and I really like this Mega Sableye, so I'm really hoping he can turn it around the last few weeks of the season. But what I'm doing in this video is just kind of showcase what my thoughts are during a match, a few of these matches, and I already did one before, but this one is going to hopefully help you guys with your game. I know sometimes when you're in a match you're probably scared, or you don't consider it at the time, of making predictions, and predictions can easily win you a game or turn the tides when you're down in the game, where you're down like 2 or 3 Pokemon. You need to make a play, and instead of just making the safe predictions, or if there's a fire type in front of you, you got to go out to the water instead of leaving your grass type in. Well, most people will play off of that, so you want to make predictions in your game to hopefully give you the edge in your match. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off. Starting out here, I swap it into Lopunny because I had a Mew out. So there's probably a 5% chance that he does click Psychic. There's no reason for him to. It's turn 1, so this is an extremely aggressive play by my part, because if he did click Psychic, then my Lopunny is pretty much dead. It's only normal right now, so it wouldn't have one-shotted, I think, but it's a big misplay if it doesn't go my way here. In which he does do T-Wave, but I happen to put Limber on it just for the small chance that I get T-Waved, or he does use T-Wave. Not that I thought Alakazam had it, but I didn't want to risk it with my Lopunny. Here I just fake out. It's typical. And typically with a Moongus you want to use Spore, and I had a Lumberry on Bisharp, so I decided to just go ahead and bring it out. I wanted to make sure I didn't get burned or anything like that, but I really needed to get his Black Sludge off, and which I do. That was a key part to my game plan. I needed to get rid of his the Black Sludge on the Amoonguss. I did not want him to be able to get regeneration and recovery. Here is a extremely aggressive play as well. He brings out Volcanion, in which I did not think he was going to keep Alakazam in, so just for the small part that I have to wake. The small part that I wake up and then I get the Sucker Punch or knock off or anything like that. So I bring out Zygarde, and he can easily hit me with a water move, and it will do probably 60 to 70% if I remember correctly. But he does switch out because he does not want to lose his Volcanion, which I was fairly certain he was going to do, and I was able to get a Dragon Dance off. And this is my game plan coming in, is most people want to knock off the Eviolite user, and my only Eviolite knockoff user was Bisharp, and I did not want to risk an Earthquake and possibly him dying. So I came to the conclusion of doing a Camouflage set, in which there's no terrain out, so it just becomes normal. And I was very lucky he didn't use Ice Shard there, but I wanted to risk it, and it actually turned out in my favor in the end, where I live on 8%, and I'm able to kill his Piloswine, one of the biggest members of his team and his season this coming around. And here I feared probably T-Wave, which he probably wouldn't have done to the Zygarde because it's ground. But if he decided to use Psychic, then it wouldn't have worked on my Bisharp. So I went ahead and predicted the Psychic, brought out Bisharp, I'm able to wake up, not this turn but next turn, and almost kill it. And here's where I make a mistake, and I went for a sucker punch, and I probably could have died off of it. All I had to do was just Iron Head, but that's fine. He played very safe off of that. And here I do get a flinch, and this is what I'm talking about, predictions. I had the choice between Iron Head, knockoff, or pursuit. Now I strongly felt that he was going to switch out because of Moongus with Regenerator. He can heal up, and he wants to keep this guy around. So I went ahead and pursued it, and I was correct, and I killed him. So he went ahead and tried to T-wave me again, and this time free knockoff. Like, knockoff is so good. Just knock off anything I wanted. I didn't want to lose my Bisharp here, so I went to Mew. Killed it. Now here is the key part to my match. I really wanted to get a cool ability on my Gardevoir with Trace. And what better than Magic Guard? And you'll see coming up, I wanted to see what he was going to use. And I wanted to break his Focus Sash no matter what. So I get the Magic Guard. He's able to hit me twice, and I'm able to use my Z move to kill it. I wanted to kill anything, and it probably Twinkle Tackle would have killed probably anything on his team. So he uses a turn right here to Toxic me where Magic Guard does not work. And I'm able to kill both of his Pokemon right here and end up with a win, a 6-0. I thought this was one of my cleanest matches I've ever played, and I mean, props to Preston. There's a few times in that match where I was very scared. The Alakazam set was pretty cool, but my prep just ended up working for me in the end. I felt like he needed to be a little bit more aggressive in this, but my predictions was very solid this game. And let's go ahead and hop on over to the next one. And here's the second match with Matt. Going into this match, I knew I needed to watch out for the Wall Core, Bearthorn, Vaporeon, and Mandibuzz, and the crap ton of power he has behind him. Matt has one of the best teams in my honest opinion, and I had to prep for it in a way where I needed to just come out guns blazing. I needed to attack everything full force and not let him recover all those balls. So going into the first turn, I wanted to see what kind of Thunderous this was. If it was a Choice Specs or Scarf, he was probably going to Volt Switch, or if he does do T-Bolt or any kind of move to attack me, I can do Calcs to see what kind of set he could be. But he uses a Z move. But what I decided to do is I just go ahead and scout by using Soft Boiled. I wanted to keep this Mew as healthy as possible. So right here, I recover all of it. That's a huge prediction. Huge prediction on my part. I wanted to just recover all of the damage he could possibly do to me. And now I'm looking at a team that does not have a Z move. And his Thunderous does not have any kind of item. So this is looking very good for me. I'm able to get a Toxic off here. So this is just a defensive Mew. I'm able to take a ton of hits, and I'm able to just soft boil it up. Get some leftover healing. And here he brings in the Buzz. And I wanted to see if I could get a Trick Room up and possibly start wrecking stuff. And I had Trick Room up for the Gardevoir, Bisharp, and Alolan Marowak, because they're extremely slow. I wanted to try to actually outslow some of his Mons. Maybe not the best way to deal with this team, but it was a way to deal with it. So here he just uses X-Scissor, trying to break down my Mew, and I know off the calcs that he was not Choice Banded. He does not Life Orb. So for me, I wanted to presume that he was Scarfed. He's using X-Scissor constantly, and that helps him with my prediction game. This is all just based off of calcs and just an assumption, I guess. So here I go ahead and swap out, and I knew just from my calcs and what I thought is I really wanted to know if he was scarfed or not. So here I swap out to my side guard, is able to take the X-Scissor very well. Now if he had any kind of move to hurt my side guard, he would have used it. However, he swaps out, and that helps me with my my thinking that he is choice scarfed. So here I do misplay with the man to buzz. I should have considered when I do use Thousand Arrows, or even if he roosts, it takes away the flying part, so now he's just a dark Pokemon. So I should have just used Outrage right here, and it would have saved me my Toxic. Well, it would have reduced it my next turn. So I kill it, and then Matt makes a misplay. He thought he protects with the Vaporeon, and if he kept the Vaporeon around, he probably would have had a better chance of winning. But I go ahead and take out Vaporeon here, and my Zygarde dies. So we go back into this. He does get a crit, which is fine. It's just fine. So now I feel like he's locked in a Stone Edge. So I go into my Bisharp here, and it scares him out because I resist the Stone Edge. This is when I start making huge predictions because I needed to get back into this game. He just took out my defensive wall Mew, and he took out my Zygarde. So I needed to make some plays, and predicting he does not go for another Stone Edge, knowing it resists on the Sharp, I double out into my Marowak, and I knew he was not going to let his Ferrothorn die. He's not going to let his Terrakion take damage, or Thundurus, or even Charizard. So I went with the safe move and did Rocks. And he does not have a Defogger anymore, so his Zard is not looking too happy right now. So right here he's going to try to do, I knew he wasn't going to stay in with Ferrothorn again. So I predicted that he was going to swap out, and he could not protect, so that's why I knew he was going to swap out. And here I went ahead and used my Z move because I knew it was going to hit anything that came out very hard, and I was able to hit that Terrakion, which is so nice. Now here I knew he was going to go for Stone Edge unless he had Earthquake. If he had Earthquake, I would have made a big misplay, but I assumed that he was going to go for Stone Edge again, since that's what he's shown me so far. And I bring out Bisharp, it resists, and I figured he was going to swap out because he didn't want to just Stone Edge and hope for crits, and Max probably did 40 to me. So I went ahead and pursued it. He tried to withdraw, and I kill him. Very, very big play for me. And here is when I just start hurting his team. I predict he's just going to try to attack me straight up, and I'm just sucker punching everything. He could have easily Dragon Danced there. I sucker punch here, kill the Thundurus, and with the Ferrothorn I wanted to make sure he could not do any more recovery, so I knocked off his leftovers. That's fine with the Iron Barbs. He does Leech Seed me, get a little bit more recovery, but I go ahead and go into a Alolan Marowak and get the Flare Blitz off, and I kill it. So I felt like I was behind after I killed his Vaporeon. He does kill my Mew, and my Zygarde goes down. I felt like I was going to be behind unless I started making some big predictions in this match, and I did, and I came out as the winner. Now, like I said, Matt keeping his Vaporeon alive was probably huge to his game plan, but I just went with what was dealt to me. His Vaporeon died, so I went off of that, and I was able to make a lot of predictions, and I came out as the winner. Hopefully you can kind of see how predictions does help your teams and help you in your game. Obviously you can't prep for predictions. You can only prep for what you can assume he would bring, and in the game, during the game, you can kind of see how the flow of the game's going. Like I said, I kind of assumed that he was going with a Choice Scarf Terrakion, and I played off of that, and I was able to get the win because of it. Now, if I did not presume he had Choice Scarf, and I thought, oh, he's probably Banded or Life Orb, well, he didn't lose any health, so I knew it wasn't Life Orb. And I did Calcs, and I knew it wasn't Choice Banded. He wasn't Expert Belt because the damage calc showed that it was just normal damage. So I had to assume that he was probably choice guard, and that's what I prepped for. And I came in and I started doing my predictions off of it. Now, both Matt and Preston, great battlers. I mean, I have utmost respect for their games, and I did not want to, put either of those two down with these matches. They both played extremely well. I was just able to use the predictions, and I came out as the winner on both matches. So I hope you guys can take something from this video, and we'll see what we have for next one. So have a great day, everybody.